All right, we're back for part two of this demo. By the way, your site plan should look much better than mine. Obviously, I did not go through all the hatching that I showed you guys on the previous video. So please make sure your site plan looks as close to this as possible and not something like that. All right. Okay, so let's get on to making these tables, and you guys should have, some project directory. Again, the information I just want you to use, gibberish, obviously, but just kind of the intent of it is for you guys to learn how to use a text tool, manipulate the text tool, move the text around, and things like that. And then now for these lot coverage tables, again, Revit has the ability to automate much of these kind of data, like the square footage data and stuff like that. But we're gonna go, old school, and we're gonna just kind of recreate everything from scratch. So in this particular case, I'm gonna just have you draw detail lines and using the text tool to recreate these tables, right? So remember detail lines? Detail lines only exist in that particular view that you created. So in this case, whatever detail line I draw, it'll only exist in this site plan. That is very important. So let's just go ahead and I'm just going to trace this, I guess. Yeah, I'll just trace this. So I'll type DL, shortcut for detail lines, and I'll use, medium lines is fine. Let me just start off with this box. And DL again, and I'll just create some lines. And then CC for copy. Oop. I actually will select it first, CC for copy, and copy it from there to there. And then I'll just make more copies. Do a double line there. This is probably hard to see, so oops. I will pin this guy so I don't select it. So what we could do is let's go through, it won't, I'll select it like that. Let's go through and kind of change the colors of this thing, and that way you can see what you're tracing. And so let me, when I select it like this, it selected the lines but also selected my title blocks, so it's not letting me modify the lines. I'm not sure if this was covered, but there's a thing called the window selection versus crossing selection. So let me, I know I'm deviating a little bit, but let me kind of explain to you guys what that means. So I have individual lines here. So if I select from left to right, it'll only select the things that are completely in my window. In this case, those two lines that you see highlighted. But if I select from right to left, it'll select anything that this box touches, okay? So that's called the crossing selection versus window selection. So in this case, I'm gonna do a window selection like this, which only allows me to touch those lines. And temporarily, I am going to make them, actually, you know what? Let's just create a new line type and we'll color it, red, dark red, or purple or something so we can see it. So you're going to go to Manage, Additional Settings, Line Style, open this up. Oh, and then we do have a sketch line, that is, but let's just create a new one. So I'm going to just say New, and I'll just call it Trace. So you'll see that the new line showed up. We'll make it a little bit thicker. We'll go like 6, and we'll give it a really pukey color. Let's do that. Wow, my computer is not happy today. Okay, so now if I select that, I can actually pick Trace, and it'll be that, so I can see. All right, so I can go back and reselect these lines and kind of stretch them to kind of fit. I'll type DL again to go to the line tool. I'll just create another line. Oop, I should be using not medium lines but my trace lines. CC. Okay, so now I have most of that made. I'll come down here. Oh, I guess I'm missing a few more lines. DL, trace. I think I'm missing a line from here to there. And then I'm going to stretch this line out or trim it from here to there. Okay, so I have my table for my lot coverage. So now it's just a matter of you guys adding your text. I'm going to go text. 1/4 inch seems to be fine. Lot coverage table. Get rid of all this. All right, I'm going to stretch this out a little bit further. And what's really interesting is that Revit knows that these lines are connected, so it kind of stretches together, which is really time saving. And then now, oh, actually, let me just select the lines and change them back to black. So again, they're not going to let me change these to black because I've selected lines and also text. So I have multiple types of things in here, but it's really easy. You can just go to filter and say don't select any text notes. So now I've selected only lines, which allows me to edit those lines. And I'm going to come back in here and go back to medium lines so that they're black. And what I need you guys to do now is to use regular text and fill in these information exactly as they are, and then move them to your title block. So I'm going to now do that and move them here. So now I have a lot coverage table. Of course, please don't make me fill that out, because then you'll be looking at a video of me doing absolutely nothing and boring you guys for the next 5 minutes. So, all right, we'll see you guys in the next video.